Chosen vessels. What's good? Message for today. When the past rears its ugly head, you chop it off. Stop dealing with things you don't have any business dealing with. Only thing you have business dealing with is the future. Only thing you have business dealing with is the day that God gave you. Aren't you grateful for the day? When you are grateful for the day and you want to show true gratitude to God and to you, for you, be focused on today. Focus on all the good things that can happen today. When the past pops up, that's the devil spying on you. He sees the devil's like, this person's living all right. This person is focused on their future. Look like they about to have them a good day. Let me send these negative thought waves to them and make them think about that thing 5 months ago and yesterday's night from the past. That'll ruin their good day. That'll cipher off that energy link they got to the heavens, to God, and they'll have a terrible day. And I'll be able to be the cause of it. No, we ain't playing that, okay? You have to leave the past in the past. As soon as those thoughts pop up in your head, you leave them dead, okay? As soon as anything negative tries to creep on in, because that's what'll happen. All right, you'll be feeling good, you'll be feeling happy, wealthy, prosperous, and then here comes that idea about last month when you didn't have any money and all your money ran out. But right now you're feeling good, you got a bank account full of money as you should, and you're happy. Why would you want to entertain that thought, that negative thought about you having a negative bank balance? Why would you want to entertain any negative thoughts if your life is going well? If your life is going well, if things are going good, why would you want to entertain that? If you entertain, it's just a negative thought. It's just like a negative person. The more you entertain it, the longer it's going to stick around. I like that. A negative thought is just like a negative person. The longer you entertain it, the longer it's going to stay around. You want these negative thoughts just like negative people to flee. So what do you have to do? What do you have to do when you want a negative narcissistic person to get out of your way and stop trying to get attention from you? Ignore them. They may try to yell, they may try to scream, they may try to fight, they may try to get you do anything and everything to get your sight. But what you have to do is just stay polite and ignore their ass, okay? And just like with them negative thoughts, you don't gotta stay polite, but that just rhymed. But ignore them, okay? Just like the negative thoughts, don't pay any attention to them. Banish them. Tell the negative thought to go back to where it came from. If you want to acknowledge the negative thought, go ahead. But at least if you do, tell it to go back to where it came from because it has no business being in you. That negative thought has no business taking place in your mind. You are God and you stand alone. All right. Your thought is God and your thought stands alone in your mind. It shouldn't be because there's no outside, there's no forces, there's no power outside of yourself. All right. The only power that resides is you. So you, at the end of the day, have the power to decide whether you think negative or whether you think positive. You have the power to decide to not let that negative thought take over your life. You have the power to decide to keep those negative thoughts out of your mind. They got positive affirmations. They're words and phrases and sentences that have meaning and that carry a certain vibration that you could say that'll cause the effect that you want. There's certain things you could say to get rid of those negative thoughts. There's certain things you could say to where you won't think about the past. You'll think about having a wonderful, magnificent future. It's all about where you take your mind, what you do with your thoughts. It's all about what you're thinking, because what you think, you become. You are what you think about all day long. All right. So if you let one of those negative thoughts infiltrate your mind, and then you start dwelling on that negative thought, then things are going to start to go backwards, and you're supposed to be going forwards. So whatever it is that's trying to take you backwards, away with those things that are behind, my brethren. Okay. Away with those things that are behind, sisters. Leave all that stuff behind. It's negative. I know you may want something to talk about. I know you might want to feel good about how you handled that situation. Leave all those negative thoughts behind. Leave all those negative thoughts alone. Okay? Leave the past in the past. Okay? Leave the past in the past. Let the dead bury the dead. All right? Don't bring up past traumas. Don't bring up past bad experiences. All right, anybody that brings up the past, if you don't want to talk about it, you don't have to deal with it. Hey, excuse me, I'd rather not talk about that. Can we talk about something else? Hey, excuse me, can we talk about something a little bit more positive, please? And then if it's people that ain't got nothing to do with your personal business, it may say if it's a coworker or there's something that happened a few days ago at work, yo, I don't even talk to you. You have no business getting up in my personal business. Do I get in your personal business? No. So what are you doing trying to get in my personal business? We don't need to be discussing this. It doesn't even have anything to do with you. Why are you even trying to find out anything about it? That'll back that person off. So I mean, basically, whatever you have to do, all right. And if it's somebody else trying to bring up, all right, if it's somebody else trying to bring up the past to you, or if it's you bringing up the past to you, you need to let that go. You need to let it not bother you. You have to be strong enough, mentally fit enough to let go of those negative thoughts to where they can't affect you anymore. Though the past is something that should be in the past, it shouldn't be something that torments you. You shouldn't be tormented by your past. You shouldn't be bothered by your past. It shouldn't make you frustrated. You should be feeling wonderful and feeling blessed because you have so many wonderful days ahead of you. That's where your mind has to be. You have to be focused on all the good days ahead of you. You learn from your past. You learn from your past mistakes. You don't let them imprison you. You don't let anything from the past imprison you. Not people, places, things, nothing. Nothing from the past can control you unless you allow it to. You have to be strong enough. You have to you have to take your thoughts. You have to be aware enough to check how you're feeling throughout the day, what may have caused it, and then you have to deal with that on a mental level, okay? Psychological level, you deal with it. You assess how you feel about it, how it makes you feel. Whatever you have to do to not feel like that about it, whether you have to be at peace with it, whether you have to forgive someone. All right. The mind doesn't like unfinished things. Maybe the past is popping up because you haven't forgiven someone. Maybe you haven't forgiven yourself. All right. Maybe there's some things that you haven't dealt with. You have to deal with it internally. Maybe those people aren't going to change. Maybe that situation is not going to get better, but you can get better. If the situation doesn't get better, you could always get better. That's why they call it self-improvement, because you're improving yourself. If you can't improve the situation, improve yourself. And in that way, you won't even have to deal with that situation. It would be long gone. It might even be right there in your face, but you won't see it. Praise God. What you have to do is stay focused on the present. They don't call it the present moment for no reason. They call it a present because it's a gift to you. It's a new day. It's a new moment. It's a new time. It's a new experience. It's fresh. It never happened before. Okay? The present moment. All right, there is no future really. The future is now, and whatever you're thinking now, your future is going to be a result of that. So whatever you're thinking now, it's like you ever seen a math equation? This plus this equals this. You plus negative thoughts equals a negative future. You plus positive thoughts equals a positive future. So it depends on what you think. If you're going to think about your past, number one, you're going backwards. So you're basically subtracting years off your life, subtracting time off your life, subtracting beautiful countless hours out of your day where you're just wasting time, focused on stuff that doesn't serve you, focused on stuff that's probably making you mentally sick, probably giving you a headache, probably making your heart hurt, probably stressing you out, raising your blood pressure, all when you could think about positive things. And whenever the past pops up, and if it's something that you feel like you can't get off your mind immediately, breathe in the good state that you just had. However you felt like before that negative thought popped up in your mind, breathe that in. Breathe in that good feeling energy, right? And then breathe out that negative vibe that you got from that negative thought along with the negative thought. Once you breathe that out and you breathe that negative energy out, it's not going to be able to rock with you. It's not going to be able to bother you because you're going to be so focused on the positive. You're going to be so focused on your future that you're not even going to want to hear about the past. You're going to be like, yo, that's the past, bro. We leaving that in the past, man. I'm focused on the future. I'm not dealing with that. Or hey girlfriend, that's the past. We're not dealing with that, sis. Didn't we talk about that at the ladies meeting yesterday? We had a little lady get together and everything. We're not talking about that no more. That's in the past. We're leaving that there. And then you'll be able to tell who's playing with you or who's not, who's gaslighting you or who's not. People see where you're headed in life, and people see that you're elevating yourself in life. And when you start to get better and elevate, they may try to pull you back down And that's the gaslighting. That's the bringing you back down to the level they're at. That's the bringing you back to the past, because the past you made them feel more comfortable. This new you make them feel all kinds of uncomfortable. This new you is a force to be reckoned with. So why don't you just stay focused on the new you, focused on the new you, the new version of yourself that you're improving, constantly adding to each and every day. Focus on that, because whether you realize it or not, you can have a new year whenever you so choose. All right. The end of December doesn't have to be the new year. The first day of January doesn't have to be the new year. Tomorrow could be your new year. 5 minutes from now could be your new year. It's up to you. If you want to bring in some new feelings, if you want to bring in a new life, if you want to bring in a new wavelength of energy, anything, you can bring that in right now. Just call it forth. Call forth those things. Call forth the things unseen as though they were. You may not be able to see that reality right now, but call it forth as though it is. Okay, please do that for yourself, because the world needs better people like you with that are tough-minded optimists. Okay, that could see the future. All right, you could tell your own future, and you're doing that by having a positive outlook on it. All right, you don't need to go to a fortune teller. You don't need to pay $5 and have somebody rub a crystal ball. Okay. Yeah. You don't have to pay nobody $5 to go rub a crystal ball, get your fortune told. You tell your fortune. You keep your $5. Okay? And man, go buy some numbers and play lottery with it or something. Or get you a little 5 for 5. Matter of fact, go buy you something healthy. Go get you a healthy snack. Don't eat nothing that'll kill you. But still, stay focused and make sure you don't focus on the past, because the past get that ass. Okay? Focus on the present, because that's where the blessing is. That's where the love is. That's where the life is. That's where the life force is. That's where all the good energy is at, because life's always moving forward. Life's always progressing. Okay? Things are always growing. Something's always living, something always being born, something always regressing and going back to the going to a higher level of life. Always moving forward. Even when you move on, you go into another level. Okay? Because energy's never created nor destroyed. So don't let the energy from your past, since energy's never created nor destroyed, don't let that negative energy from your past destroy you. All you have to do is leave it where it is. Don't focus on that. Let God take care of that. Leave it in the past, and you focus on the present. You get your mind right and stay positive, and don't let anything take you off of that out of that mindset. Don't waver off that wavelength. Hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and smash that share button, and stay positive. And let go of the past. When the past rears its ugly head, chop off the head at the first sight. I'll see y'all in the next video.